Say hi. Can you say hi? Hi. This is Remy. Yeah, we're live. Let's see how my mic's on. Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. All right, we are live. This is the student hours for week 5. Say hi. You don't have to. You don't have to pull the microphone. It works without you having to talk into it. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Hi. Hi. All right. Yeah. What do you want to say to What do you want to say to the class? Hi. Okay. All right. Bye. Bye. Boom. Okay, and I am recording this for my classes here. This is week 5 of the semester here as we start to move here. We're looking at the integumentary system. So the integumentary system is the theme of the systems here. Our lab assignment is actually a bit of a different lab assignment here. The lab assignment we're looking at here this week is it's case studies. So we'll be looking at some case studies here. It's underneath the discussion boards. We'll take a look at that here a little bit shortly as well. But again, week 5. Let me hop into the traditional screen here, my narration screen, got everything going there. Just a moment. All right, Sarah, can you call him? He's got a pen. Mm-hmm. Okay. Never mind. All right, and let me open up a new screen here. Week 5. Integumentary system. Next week we have a exam, or this weekend for my online students. I'll be posting that up here in the next couple days, so be ready for that one. Let me open up a screen here. Email office. It's not where I want it to go. Canvas. Take you to the syllabus here. Okay. So this is I'm recording this now for my classes. Got the home page up there for you guys. Let's hop into the syllabus here. This is going to be take a look at this schedule right quick. Again, we're in week 5 here, so we're looking at the integumentary system, kind of running through each of the chapters here of your textbook once a week. So we're right here. We're trying to cruise through the first quarter of the chapter, quarter of the semester, that is. We're right here, week 5, the integumentary system. We're going to introduce some grand rounds this week. That's our lab assignment. You'll take a look at that, and then over the weekend and on Tuesday for my in-person classes, we have that exam for chapters 4 and 5, increasing in a little few increasing in points compared to the previous assessment there, right? So, again, we're just kind of cruising right along here through the integumentary system. This will also, for this exam, will also include tissues, the tissue level of organization. So, remember that you guys are going to see quite a few different pictures of different types of tissues that you'll be asked to identify. So, I encourage you to take a look at the pictures of the lectures, right? The lecture slides have a number of different pictures that'll help you to identify some of the histology here, and maybe I can help you guys here as well. So if I take a picture here, hop into histology, and I have a number of different slides here that I can pick from. So let me pick one here for everybody. And this one might be some tissue. And so this type of tissue it's excitable, it's irritable. See it right there, you can see there. So this is a type of tissue that has long cylindrical fibers, right? You can see here that this has what's known as striations. Striations are the dark and light alternating bands that you can see across this tissue here. Those are the contractile proteins that are responsible for a contraction of muscle tissue, and particularly this is skeletal muscle tissue, right? Skeletal muscle tissue. So for a correct answer, you'd say that this is skeletal muscle tissue. And so again, if I start to zoom out here, some of the classic examples of skeletal muscle tissue is that it has long cylindrical fibers. It contains striations, those dark and light alternating bands. I'll zoom in and kind of demonstrate those. And then the last portion here is that they are multinucleate, meaning there's multiple nuclei located within a single muscle fiber or a single muscle cell. And so skeletal muscle, that is, right? Not necessarily with smooth muscle or cardiac muscle. And so particularly on the one right here, maybe I'll zoom in, you can see that there's a number of different nuclei located within that single muscle fiber. This is, in fact, skeletal muscle tissue. And zoom back out for you there. Let's see what other pictures I have. Again, another picture of skeletal muscle tissue, multinucleate, long cylindrical strands there. Same thing again. Now, smooth muscle tissue, what we're looking at here, a little bit more oblong shape, located in areas that don't require volitional movement, right? So think about your digestive tract, your erector pili muscles, the muscles of your integumentary system that are allow your hair to stand on end, are the smooth muscle tissue. So you can see all those smooth muscle tissue. They are uninucleate, meaning they have one nucleus per cell. And so here we have smooth muscle tissue. Again, smooth muscle tissue. Some classic examples there. Skeletal muscle tissue, kind of teased. And now, oh, these are neurons. Let's see if I can't find us some cardiac muscle tissue, probably on the other side of the skin. There we go. So cardiac muscle tissue this is actually, let's see here. Yeah, this is cardiac muscle tissue as well. Yep, all of these actually is skeletal muscle tissue. Let's jump to the slides right here. You can see that this cardiac muscle tissue, again, uninucleate for the most part, so one nuclei, not nearly as many prevalent nuclei here. It is striated, so you'll see the dark and light alternating bands across cardiac muscle tissue. However, not nearly as pronounced as you'll see with like skeletal muscle tissue. Let's see, the other classic example here of cardiac muscle tissue is what we might identify as intercalated discs. And you're going to see that in the other slide here, this darker slide here that I'll show you, because the intercalated discs are those that are the junctions between those cells. So you'll kind of see them as these light patterns here. If we zoom in there, I kind of zoom in on one of them right there in the middle of your screen, and they're this kind of these junctions that demonstrate gap junctions as well as tight junctions. So it allows for ions to pass through and allows for the cardiac muscle to contract in a synctum, right? But just one of the types, one of the 4 types of tissues that you'll be asked on the practical of the exam here is, what are the different types of muscle tissue? Can you discern what are the different types of muscle tissue in a picture or histological identification? Another new component that we have here for this week is our grand rounds. Our grand rounds, this is a opportunity for us to kind of learn about the integumentary system and how it relates to some of these pathologies, whether it's burns, skin malignancy, wound healings, or pressure ulcers. So what you're going to be doing in this case is you can click on the whatever pathology you've been assigned, and really you will start by identifying or answering these main questions, right? The basics of the integumentary system chapter is, what are the tissues that comprise the integumentary system, the epidermis and the dermis? What are the layers that comprise both the epidermis and the dermis? What are the functions of the integumentary system? And then we'll see about these pathologies. In this case, we're looking at burns. So please, what is the definition of a burn? Now, traditionally, or the first resource that I would encourage you to use is your textbook for these answers here. And then you can, from there, move out towards some other resources. You can start to Google or anything of the like for your answers. Then the second part, and so my in-class portion, will work on this in groups, and my online class can work on this in groups or individually as they'd like. And what we're looking at is a case study. So in the case here, I've provided some pertinent and some not so pertinent information, but can you surmise this information for your colleagues, your classmates? Describe the injury, describe some of the treatment responses and how that patient did. So where's the injury, and try and explain it in as common a language as possible. So in our case study here, we have the pretty descriptive language of 7 centimeter by 10 centimeter full thickness burn of the dorsal aspect of the right hand. So what does that mean, right? What does that mean? Where is that injury located? How big of an injury is it? And so you would help to explain that, trying to tell us a story based on the information that you have. Again, pop into those modules here, take a look at what we're looking at here. We're breaking down chapter 5, the integumentary system. So chapter 5, the integumentary system. We've got into the intro, the reading, the outline, and the lecture material, really basic stuff, or the traditional stuff that you're used to here. We've got the crash course video that I encourage you guys to watch. I think there's probably 2 crash course videos and then some additional videos there. My lectures are there. There's more than usual, but that's because they're shorter. I tried to abbreviate them here in this section. So you've got a little bit more sections, however, they are in fact shorter. So I encourage you to take a look at that, the outline and the textbook reading itself, right? So to help you with that answering those questions, I'd first tell you, take a look at this textbook here. You can take a look. You'll scroll towards read the everything, but as you still start to scroll towards the back here, you'll see that each of them has the information pertinent for the diseases, disorders, and injuries of the integumentary system. So skin malignancy is one of them, meaning cancer, right? So skin malignancy is one of them. Scroll down here a little bit more for you. The other being burns, injuries. Here we go. Burns, bed sores, pressure ulcers, whatever you want to call them. And then for our wound healing group, the wound healing group, I'd encourage you to go to chapter 4. In the end of chapter 4, you'll see that the appropriate information for wound healing might be seen in that section. Oh, so again, so first thing you want to do when you're looking at answering the grand rounds questions, textbook. Second thing, again, you go to the discussions there yourself. You'll see that there's some supplementary information underneath each of the pathologies, right? So I've provided some supplementary information underneath burns, classification of burns, burn debridement, grafting and reconstruction, so the treatment of burns, burn evaluation and management, and burn fluid management, right? What are the active steps to treat a patient that has been burned? Thermal burns, again, the description of burns, and then skin malignancy, some resources for skin malignancy, wound healing, and pressure ulcers. But yeah, I think that's about all I got for you guys here this afternoon or evening here. I'll post this here on your Canvas page shortly. I appreciate all of your guys' time, and I look forward to seeing all your responses as we have over this last semester here. Everybody's doing great work, and I encourage you to continue it up. Continue. Thank you guys. I wish you guys the best. Take care, and have a great day.